What if your future isn't waiting ahead of you, but is actually shaping your present right now? Quantum manifestation works in a way that bends time. It pulls outcomes backward instead of pushing them forward. That's why it feels so mysterious, yet so powerful. Stay with me, because understanding this could completely change how you manifest. 1. The quantum field and infinite possibilities. To truly understand why quantum manifestation works, we need to start with the foundation, the quantum field. Scientists describe it as an invisible ocean of energy that surrounds us, penetrates us, and extends infinitely in every direction. Unlike the physical world we can touch and see, the quantum field is the realm of pure potential. It doesn't operate with fixed boundaries. Instead, it holds every possible outcome, every version of reality, and every possible version of you, all existing simultaneously. Think of it like a giant library filled with endless books. Each book represents a different storyline of your life. Some books describe the version of you who achieved all your dreams, others show paths where you struggled, and still others reveal completely unexpected journeys. All of these possibilities already exist in the library. Manifestation isn't about writing a brand new book. It's about choosing which book you want to pull from the shelf and read. Quantum physics backs this up through the idea of the wave-particle duality. Particles, like electrons, don't exist in one fixed spot until they are observed. Instead, they hover in a cloud of possibilities, known as a superposition. Only when attention or observation is given does one potential outcome collapse into reality. This is exactly how your thoughts and emotions interact with the quantum field. What you focus on consistently becomes the reality that solidifies. Here's a simple way to picture it. Imagine tuning a radio. Thousands of stations exist at once, but you only hear the one you're dialed into. The quantum field works the same way. When you align your focus and energy, you tune in to the version of reality you want to experience. The beauty of this idea is that it empowers you. You are not stuck with one predetermined outcome. Every choice, every belief, and every vision you hold shifts your frequency and decides which channel of reality you're living in. This means your dream life already exists in the field, waiting for you to tune into it. When you start to see the quantum field not as a distant scientific theory, but as a living, responsive energy system, you realize you're far more powerful than you've been led to believe. Every thought is a key, every intention a doorway, and every emotion a signal guiding you to the reality you choose. 2. Time is not linear. Past, present, and future coexist. One of the most mind-bending ideas in quantum manifestation is that time doesn't flow the way we think it does. We've been taught to see time as a straight line. The past is behind us, the present is here, and the future lies ahead. But in the quantum reality, time is not linear. It's layered, flexible, and happening all at once. Imagine a DVD of your favorite movie. At any given moment, you can only watch one scene, but the entire film, from the opening to the ending, is already contained on the disc. Just because you're currently at chapter 3 doesn't mean chapters 7 or 8 don't exist. They're already there, waiting for you to press play. That's how the quantum field holds time. The past, present, and future are different chapters of existence, all stored together. This concept is supported by physics, especially Einstein's theory of relativity, which shows that time isn't absolute. For example, astronauts on the International Space Station experience time slightly differently than people on Earth because of how speed and gravity bend time. If time can stretch and warp, then it's not a rigid line. It's more like a flexible fabric. In manifestation, this has a powerful implication. The future you desire already exists right now. You're not waiting for it to be created. Instead, you are moving your awareness toward it. Just like tuning into a specific radio station, your energy, beliefs, and actions shift you into alignment with the version of reality where that future has already unfolded. Think about moments when you've experienced déjà vu, or when something you strongly visualize seemed to magically come true. These aren't coincidences. They are glimpses of how your consciousness interacts with time outside of the linear model. The motivational takeaway is this: if the future already exists, then your dream life isn't a distant hope. It's a present reality you simply haven't tuned into yet. Every moment you spend aligning your thoughts and emotions with that vision brings you closer to stepping into it. Instead of chasing your goals, realize that you're walking toward a version of yourself that already lives them. Time isn't holding you back. It's waiting for you to align and catch up with what's already yours. 3. Manifestation works by collapsing probabilities. In the quantum world, nothing is fixed until it is observed. At the smallest level of reality, particles like electrons don't exist in one definite place. They exist in a cloud of probabilities, meaning they could appear here, there, or anywhere all at once. This concept is called superposition. When attention is applied, the wave of probabilities collapses into a single outcome. Manifestation works in a strikingly similar way. Your life is full of countless possibilities, like doors waiting to be opened. At any moment, there are infinite paths you could take. Some lead to success, others to challenges, and many to realities you've never even imagined. These paths already exist as probabilities in the quantum field. The question is, which one will collapse into your lived experience? This is where your focus, belief, and intention come in. When you think about your goals with clarity and conviction, you're not forcing the universe to create something new. You're directing your energy toward one of the probabilities already available. Just like shining a flashlight in a dark room, your attention selects one possibility and brings it forward into reality. For example, think about two people starting a business. Both live in the same world, but one is filled with doubt while the other holds a vision of success with certainty. Even if they face the same challenges, their mindset collapses different probabilities. One experiences failure, while the other attracts opportunities, support, and breakthroughs. The outer result reflects the inner focus. This doesn't mean you control every detail of life. Probabilities are vast, and not every path is predictable. But by choosing to focus on what you desire rather than what you fear, you collapse probabilities in your favor. Your consistent thoughts act as instructions to the universe. This is the version of reality I choose to experience. Here's the empowering part. You don't need to know how it will happen. The quantum field handles the mechanics. Your job is to focus, believe, and stay aligned so that the probability you want becomes the one that solidifies. When you understand this, manifestation stops feeling mystical and starts making sense. Reality isn't rigid. It's fluid, waiting for you to decide which version you'll step into. 4. Why the future is already set in multiple versions. One of the most fascinating aspects of quantum manifestation is the idea that your future isn't a single fixed outcome. It's actually a collection of multiple versions of you, all existing in parallel. Each version represents a different path your life could take, shaped by your choices, thoughts, and energy. This is often called the multiverse theory in physics. Imagine countless parallel realities branching off like a tree. Each branch is a future you. One branch might show you living in abundance and fulfillment, another in struggle and limitation, and others somewhere in between. None of these futures are imaginary. They already exist within the quantum field. Think of it like Google Maps. When you type in your destination, it instantly shows you multiple routes. Some are faster, some slower, some filled with obstacles, but they all exist at the same time. Your decision about which road to take determines which future you experience. The same happens in life. Your intentions and actions are the choices that determine which version of the future becomes your reality. Here's where it gets exciting. You don't have to create your dream future. It already exists as one of the branches. Your role is to align yourself with the version that matches the outcome you want. This alignment happens through your beliefs, emotions, and consistent focus. Have you ever noticed how small decisions can completely alter your life? Meeting one person, choosing one job, or saying yes to an opportunity can send you down a completely different path. These moments are examples of how multiple futures are always available, and your choices decide which version becomes real for you. From a motivational perspective, this means you are never trapped. Even if your current path feels limiting, another version of your future is already waiting, one where you thrive, succeed, and live your highest potential. By shifting your mindset and actions now, you literally jump tracks into that version. So the future is not something you need to chase or worry about creating. It is already there in multiple forms. The real question is, which future will you choose to align with today? 5. How intention aligns you with a chosen timeline. If multiple futures already exist, the next question is, how do you step into the one you want? The answer lies in intention. Intention is more than just wishing or hoping. It is a focused decision of where you want your energy to go. In the quantum field, your intention acts like a compass, pointing you toward a specific version of reality. Without intention, your energy is scattered, and you drift randomly between possibilities. But when you set a clear intention, you begin aligning yourself with the timeline where that outcome already exists. Think of it like tuning into a GPS. If you don't enter a destination, you can drive endlessly without direction. But the moment you type in where you want to go, the system recalculates and begins guiding you toward that path. Your intention does the same with the quantum field. It programs your subconscious and your energy to move in harmony with the reality you want to experience. For example, imagine two people both dreaming of financial freedom. One person vaguely hopes for it, while the other sets a firm intention. I will create a life of financial abundance through meaningful work. The second person's clarity starts to influence their choices, emotions, and opportunities. They naturally notice resources, connections, and solutions that align with their chosen timeline because their focus magnetizes them. What makes intention powerful is not just the words you say, but the conviction behind them. When your intention is backed by belief and emotional energy, it sends a strong signal into the quantum field. You're no longer sending mixed messages, you're declaring, "This is the reality I choose." You may not control the timing or the exact path, but intention ensures you're no longer wandering aimlessly. Even setbacks become stepping stones because your energy is locked onto a destination. Instead of fighting against the flow, you're pulled forward by it. Here's the empowering truth. The future is already written in many versions, but your intention is the pen that chooses which page you step into. By setting clear, purposeful intentions, you align yourself with a timeline that reflects your deepest desires, and life begins to respond in extraordinary ways. 6. Emotion as the fuel of quantum. Shifts. If intention sets the direction of your reality, emotion is the energy that propels you toward it. In the quantum field, thoughts alone are like signals, but emotions are the amplifiers that give those signals power strong enough to collapse possibilities into reality. Think of your thoughts as the blueprint of a house and your emotions as the construction workers. Without emotion, the blueprint remains just an idea on paper. But when genuine feeling flows through you, whether it's excitement, gratitude, or love, you breathe life into the vision, and the universe begins reshaping circumstances to match it. Science offers clues here. The heart's electromagnetic field is far stronger than the brain's. When you feel an emotion deeply, your heart literally radiates energy that interacts with your environment. This is why people who embody positivity often seem to attract good things, while those stuck in fear or resentment repeatedly face blocks. The energy they radiate is shaping which probabilities collapse. For example, imagine two people setting the same intention to find their dream job. One feels desperate and doubtful, repeating affirmations without belief. The other visualizes with genuine excitement, already feeling the joy of being in that role. Even if both send out the same thought, the second person's emotional vibration is what activates the shift. They naturally align with opportunities because their energy is magnetic, not resistant. It's also important to recognize that emotions can't be faked. You can't trick the quantum field with empty words. This is why practices like gratitude journaling, meditation, or visualization are so powerful. They help you feel as if your desired future is already real. That authentic emotion becomes the fuel that strengthens your connection to the chosen timeline. The motivational lesson here is simple. Don't just think about your goals. Feel them. Feel the joy of already living in your dream home. Feel the peace of already being healed. Feel the gratitude of already achieving success. The stronger and more consistent your emotions, the more energy you pour into the field, and the faster your reality shifts. In short, intention points the way, but it's emotion that drives the engine. When the two work together, you step into the version of reality where your desires aren't just possible, they're inevitable. 7. Visualization as accessing the already real. Future visualization is often misunderstood as simply imagining something you want. But in the context of quantum manifestation, it's far more profound. Visualization is a way of mentally stepping into the timeline where your desired future already exists. It's not about creating fantasy. It's about aligning yourself with a reality that is real in the quantum field right now. Think of your mind as a doorway. When you close your eyes and vividly picture yourself living in your dream future, seeing the details, hearing the sounds, even feeling the emotions, you are tuning your consciousness to that version of reality. The more real it feels in your inner world, the stronger the signal you send to the quantum field, and the closer you draw that outcome into your physical experience. This idea is supported by neuroscience. Studies show that when you imagine doing something, like practicing a sport or playing an instrument, the same areas of your brain activate as if you were physically performing it. The brain doesn't fully distinguish between vivid imagination and lived experience. This means that when you visualize, you're literally training your mind and body to believe that the future you desire is already real. For example, Olympic athletes have long used visualization techniques before competitions. Many report that rehearsing their performance in their minds with full emotional intensity improved their actual results. Why? Because they had already experienced success internally, their body and energy naturally aligned with that timeline externally. Here's the motivational key. Visualization works best when you go beyond the surface. Don't just picture having money. Imagine holding the keys to your new home, feeling the relief of financial freedom, or hearing loved ones celebrate your success. The richer and more emotional your visualization, the more it signals the universe that this reality is your chosen one. And the beauty is, you don't need hours each day. Even 5 focused minutes of deep visualization, where you fully immerse yourself in the feeling of your desired future, can create powerful shifts. So see visualization not as daydreaming, but as visiting a timeline that already exists. Every time you do it with emotion and clarity, you anchor yourself more firmly into that version of reality, until one day it stops being visualization and becomes your lived truth. 8. Why surrender is key. Stop chasing, start attracting. One of the greatest mistakes people make with manifestation is trying to force outcomes. They set intentions, visualize, and then immediately slip into worry, asking, "Why isn't it here yet?" This mindset actually pushes the desired reality away because it's rooted in lack and resistance. The truth is, in the quantum field, you don't chase, you attract. And the way to attract is through surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means releasing the need to control how or when they arrive. Think of planting a seed. Once it's in the soil, you water it, give it sunlight, and trust the process. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. That would kill it. Manifestation works the same way. Once you've set your intention and fueled it with emotion, you must trust that the quantum field is already aligning the path. Chasing, on the other hand, signals desperation. Imagine 2 people applying for jobs. One feels anxious and needy, constantly doubting if it will work out. The other is calm, confident, and trusts that the right role will appear. Even if they take the same actions, the second person radiates an energy that draws opportunities, while the first unconsciously repels them. Surrender is powerful because it creates energetic openness. When you stop obsessing over results, you allow unexpected pathways, synchronicities, and coincidences to unfold. Many people call these miracles, but in truth, they are just the natural flow of the quantum field when you're no longer blocking it with fear. This doesn't mean doing nothing. You still take inspired action, but the action comes from alignment, not panic. Instead of running after your dreams, you walk steadily, knowing they're already moving toward you. Here's the motivational shift. Surrender transforms your energy from, "I hope this happens," to "I know it's already mine." That certainty is magnetic. When you embody it, opportunities start showing up at the right time, often in ways you never could have planned. So stop chasing what's already waiting for you. Trust the process, release control, and let the quantum field do its work. In surrender, you stop being a struggler and start becoming a magnet for the reality you desire. 9. Examples of retrocausality in quantum physics. One of the most fascinating concepts in quantum physics, and highly relevant to manifestation, is retrocausality, the idea that the future can influence the past. In other words, choices made in the present don't just shape the future, they may actually reach backward in time and affect what has already happened. A famous experiment that hints at this is the delayed choice experiment, a variation of the classic double-slit experiment. Normally, particles like photons behave either like waves or particles depending on whether they are being observed. But in the delayed choice version, the decision of how to measure the particle is made after it has already passed through the slits. Shockingly, the results show that the particle seems to know in advance how it will be measured, as if the future decision determined its past behavior. Another example is the quantum eraser experiment, where scientists set up a system to track the path of photons. When the information about the path was later erased, the photons behaved as if the information had never been recorded, changing the outcome retroactively. This suggests that the way we interact with information in the present can alter how the past appears to have unfolded. These experiments challenge the traditional view of time as a straight arrow moving forward. Instead, they suggest a two-way street. The past influences the present, but the future may also play a role in shaping the past. Now let's connect this to manifestation. If retrocausality is possible, then when you set a powerful intention or visualize your desired outcome, you may not just be shaping your future, you could be rewriting the story of your past to align with that future. This explains why people often say things like, looking back, everything happened for a reason, because their present alignment reshapes how the past events fit together. Motivationally, this idea is liberating. Even if you've had failures, regrets, or struggles, they don't lock you into one destiny. By choosing a new future, you can transform the meaning and impact of your past. Retrocausality reminds us that nothing is wasted. Your future alignment can ripple backward, rearranging the story so that everything leads perfectly to where you're meant to be. 10. Practical daily steps to harness backward manifestation. Understanding the theory of quantum manifestation is powerful, but transformation happens when you bring it into your daily life. Backward manifestation means your desired future already exists, and your job is to align with it so it flows back into your present. Here are practical steps you can use every day to activate it. 1. Morning alignment ritual. Start your day by visualizing your desired future as if it has already happened. Spend 5 minutes seeing yourself living that reality. Feel the emotions, picture the details, and let your heart radiate gratitude. This sets your frequency for the day and begins pulling that timeline toward you. 2. Set clear daily intentions. Rather than vague goals like, I want success, choose specific, focused intentions. Today, I will notice opportunities that bring me closer to financial freedom, or I will radiate confidence in every interaction. This clarity programs your energy like a GPS, aligning your steps with your chosen future. 3. Anchor emotions throughout the day. Pause periodically to reconnect with the emotions of your desired reality. If your dream is freedom, breathe deeply and feel that freedom in your body, even if circumstances haven't changed yet. Emotions are the fuel that strengthens your alignment. 4. Practice surrender. After setting intentions, release control. Trust that the quantum field is rearranging events on your behalf. Instead of obsessing over how it will happen, focus on taking inspired action while staying open to unexpected pathways. 5. Nightly gratitude reflection. Before bed, write down 3 moments from the day that felt aligned with your vision, no matter how small. Gratitude amplifies the signal you're sending to the quantum field, reinforcing that you're already living inside your chosen reality. 6. Rewrite your past through perspective. Backward manifestation also works by reshaping how you view your past. Each night, reflect on challenges not as failures, but as stepping stones leading you to your desired timeline. This mental shift erases resistance and strengthens your alignment. When practiced consistently, These steps transform manifestation from a vague idea into a daily habit. You stop living reactively and start living intentionally, drawing your chosen future back into your present. Remember, the future you want already exists. With intention, emotion, surrender, and gratitude, you invite it to flow toward you. Not someday, but starting now. Quantum manifestation shows your future is already shaping today. Trust the process, align with it, and comment, "I attract the best timeline now." Subscribe to Quantum Core for more inspiration.